such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy him rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
Anne, welcome to MommyCast.
Thank you.
I think a lot of parents want to know what developmental milestones we should be looking for and when we maybe should raise a red flag.
Well, I'd say the biggest question I get is about reading. Parents often ask when their child should be reading fluently. By first grade, especially by January of first grade, the child should be able to read quite fluently, at least short syllable words. And then another question I often get is, when do you see a problem? Parents often say that their child still reverses letters, like a B is a D, or the N is written backwards. Mm-hmm. And that is developmental until about the age of 7. If it continues to occur after the age of 7, you want to probably bring it up to the teacher.
I mean, that would be like a sign of what, dyslexia or something like
Perhaps.
that? Perhaps.
You know, it's interesting about dyslexia because people often think that it's a reversal of letters or reading letters backwards, and really it's not. Only 1% of dyslexic people do reversals, read backwards or write backwards.
What do they see?
They see words just like we do, but instead of seeing, for example, cat as k-at, they see it as one big unit, and they really have a hard time breaking words into individual components and blending the sounds back together.
So when you have a child who's reading all right, but their understanding and comprehension doesn't seem to be up to par, at what point do you kind of raise that flag?
Well, definitely right away I would talk to the teacher about it, because oftentimes teachers see, oh, the child can read beautifully. I don't see the issue. But really, when you get in depth with the child, they may be able to answer questions like, how old is the boy? Or where did he go? Questions that are explicit, but questions that are more implicit, that are have to do with the feelings of the child, or why do you think the boy did this, or what's a good title for this story? Those are often very hard for a child with a comprehension issue, but the teacher may not see it. So the parent really should go in and talk to the teacher about it. And then on a nightly basis, not only reading to your child is important, but really discussing the events with the child and sequencing them.
Right. Or maybe having the child read to you, and then you ask them questions.
Yes.
Kind of,
see if they're comprehending what they're
Absolutely.
reading. Right?
Absolutely. And just sending a young child up at night and saying, you read for 20 minutes to yourself now, is really not going to help their reading until they're fluent readers. So it's a parent's responsibility, and it doesn't have to be every single night, but on a regular basis, read and discuss literature.
And how about pronouncing and forming words and that type of thing? I mean, you know, little kids, they have lisps and they have funny little things that they do. At what point,
that's a good point.
When those words don't start to form really well,
when do you start worrying about
when do you
speech?
start worrying about that?
There are different developmental milestones for all different speech sounds, but one that you often hear is that kids will make the S sound or the TH sound incorrectly.
I did this with Lola in the car yesterday.
Did you?
She said, Johnny, what do you have to say? She was talking to her little brother. And he was like, please? She's like, no, what's the other one? And I was like, are you thinking thank you, Lola? She's like, that's right, thank you. I went through the whole thing, and so we're driving in the car, and I said, stick your tongue between your teeth. And now, now say Sam, and put your teeth together. And she was really kind of getting it, but it's natural for them not to know at 5, right?
Right. I mean, that definitely will come along. However, if you're seeing that it's not progressing, then I would contact the teacher and ask for a speech and language evaluation, because that's pretty easy to get at the school, and the speech and language therapist will come in and assess the student to see if those milestones are in place.
That's good to know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more on educational issues, go to our website,
mommycast.com.
Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
Hi, this is Gretchen. I almost forgot to
And
say
Paige,
you.
that's my name,
I know,
Paige.
okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I do know you.
I know you know me. It's okay.